Mr. Adam Bush, you were checking out our buddy Opie and what he was up to on the stream. Of course, he had Ron the Waiter as his guest again, his co-host, I should say. Where should we begin?
Begin right at the top, and I want you to, because he doesn't really mention it much, but what do you think of where he is?
All right. Very, very Patrice
Let's just
hated
pause
you.
it 1
Of
second.
course he did. Of course he did.
I thought the kids had school. He's got to get back to the city. He just had the parent-teacher night, and now he's alone back at the ocean.
Yeah.
It would seem like he doesn't really have a family, or that he's not spending much time with them. It's one or the other here.
Yeah, because I was surprised that he announced he was there by himself. Like, we know that, but we're not supposed to, right?
No.
It's
2
like
days into the school year, too. Doesn't that seem like the time when both parents would be home with the kids, hanging out, getting ready for the new school year, and he announces, oh, no, I was just going to spend an extra couple days here at the beach house.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Well, Mike, he even said when he got back to New York City, he was just walking around the streets with his phone out and talking. He even said, yeah, so we're back here because the kids are starting school like today or tomorrow or next week or something. Like,
Yeah.
You don't know when the day they're starting school? That's why you're there.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I'm with Adam. I think there's something really serious going on here with this family. I don't know what it is, but they do not seem like they're together at all.
They're in the trunk of the car, maybe?
I don't know if I'd go that far. I know. Are they buried on the beach somewhere?
There you go. Yeah.
Who knows? But
Oh, that's why he was upset about that storm that came in, because he didn't bury him deep enough. He's like, oh, shit.
All right. Very, very Patrice hated you. Of course he did. Of course he did, sir. Yeah, that's going to be the thing you're going to go with today, that Patrice hated you. Okay, good. Good for you, Gain. I hope your hate towards me makes you feel better today. Okay? Okay. You look like Gary Busey. Oh, no. Oh, my God. That's not good. Oh, my God. That's not. I don't want to look like Gary Busey. Let's say hi to Ron the Waiter. What's up, Ronnie?
Hi, Gary. Hi, Gary Busey.
That's about as much Ron as I can take. That's really
me too.
It's a lot.
Yep, that's it.
All right, so I love how Opie still has not learned how to deal with comments he doesn't like.
Isn't that amazing?
It's incredible to me that he always reacts over the top to things he doesn't like, and he just keeps getting more and more of that because people are trying to get a reaction. And I don't know how many people have told Opie this. I've tried to. I'm not really in his life. I'm not bending his ear. But someone should talk to this guy and be like, yeah, if you don't like something, just ignore it. Just let it go by. It's fine.
Turn him off.
Right.
Turn him off. You don't have to look at him till the next day.
Well,
like, why have him up if you can't help but respond to him?
because he doesn't bring any content. So he relies on the chat.
When has he ever had a good comment or something funny that was like, oh, wow, that was worth it?
Oh, it's funny you say that, Drew, because in Opie's mind, a good comment is someone going, morning, Ope.
Morning, Ope.
Yep. I just had a cup of coffee. How's yours? Like, he thinks that's content. Just people
It's
being
weird.
polite.
I noticed he had like 7,000 views on this video.
Yeah.
You would think there would be a lot, hundreds of comments.
Yeah.
Positive. I mean, with such a fan base.
Yeah, if they were real, that's what would happen. But since
the
they're
ratio's a little off of views to comments, as Anthony Cumia has pointed out a few times. All right, so he runs with this Gary Busey thing. He tells a story about Gary Busey. And I remember this because this was early on in the Opie radio days when Westwood One was like, hey, Opie, can you just like be in a studio, like interview celebrities and stuff since you're Opie and you got a name? Can you just like, and then they gave him a cubicle, which Opie was not thrilled with. But he did have Gary Busey on the show early on.
No, he's, in my humble opinion, he's crazy and more importantly, scary. He beat me up during the podcast. He was.
What do you mean? Like jokingly?
He punched me a couple times. He put me in a headlock, and then
okay, like roughhousing.
And then after the podcast, next thing you know, I'm on the ground with him wrestling. I didn't want to wrestle. Like, he is scary.
You know what I just realized watching it this time is that Ron was just like, I would love for any person to touch me like that.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds amazing. Roughhousing? Yeesh.
You didn't want to wrestle.
He's going to semi from that. All right.
You know, we had Gary Busey on a few times, and he was he was perfect. It was a lot of fun, actually. He has those weird anagrams, you know, where he'll say something and it means some long sentence, and they were kind of incredible, actually. I don't know. I enjoyed them.
I know. I was thinking about getting a motorcycle accident myself. That seems like fun. It's a fun trick at a party to be able to pull that off.
Sounds good.
It did tap that one little tiny part of his brain that created that, but the rest of it was a little messy, but he was very friendly.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that what Opie describes is what I recall Gary Busey doing on the Howard Stern show. Like they got into a tussle. They wrestled, like his hair. It's that one thing where they say you can see Howard's wig. Like it's all this actual off-camera footage of Gary freaking out and causing a real scene. But since he describes such a intense, interaction, he comes up with a great idea here next.
He's a good guy. He's a great guest for a podcast. He told me great stories. Maybe I could find that episode and just throw it back up on my podcast feed. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Well, no need, because we have the videotape right here. Let's see the first
You're able to find this? Okay, good.
It was not very hard. This is him punching, Gary Busey punching Opie.
Okay, yeah, he mentioned he punched him a couple of times.
So here's that, yeah.
I was going to get violent, all right.
Cannabis is being discovered now.
Yes, it is.
To be very healing, where you don't smoke it. You use it in baths, you use it on your knee.
CBD, brother.
CBD.
Fist bump for that.
Oh.
Oh my God. I meant in a nice way.
That's the best video ever.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
You know what the good news is?
I think you could fight. You scare me.
Should we call the paramedics?
No, I'm good.
His hand attended to.
I'm good. I just wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it, but I know all about it.
You said fist bump.
Yeah, nice though.
Do it again.
Oh, nice.
No, one more. I'll show you.
He beat him up.
Yeah, wow, it got real violent. I'm sure there's more to it. Remember he mentioned that they were wrestling and roughhousing afterward, and didn't he throw him to the ground or something like that, he said?
Let's go to the videotape.
All right, yeah, let's see what he was talking about here. I'm worried for the Obster.
No hugs allowed. No, come on, let's shot. Come on.
Oh my God.
No, wait. Turn your face this way so the camera.
Gary, watch out.
That's it. That's the whole thing. He wrestled him to the floor.
Okay.
We're not done.
I know.
We'll be here for an hour.
I figured that out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was the closest he could come to a story.
Yeah, what kind of anecdote is that? He gave me a bear hug after the show.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
I think, like John, he's remembering the Howard Stern show as his own life.
I mean, he's just making shit up.
Right.
Yep.
I think he believes that because he just doesn't have contact with anyone. That's how he remembers it.
Well, it's also interesting that he's like, we got to find that and put it up on the feed. I got a note from Anthony the other day. Opie put out a video that Opie's not in of Anthony interviewing Hulk Hogan. I was like, that's kind of fucked up, right? Like that, he's just putting that up on his, and I don't think Anthony cares or anything like that. But I go, well, what if it was the other way around and you put out a video of just Opie doing something? Anthony goes, yeah, we never did anything fun, so why would I do that? I was like, well, good point. That's a catch-22 right there. So we could never work out this thought experiment to figure out what would happen, unfortunately.
Well, doesn't E-Rock have his life's work?
His life's work. Drew, where's your life's work? I don't see a bunch of tapes when I come over to your house.
I actually have a lot of Drew's life's work.
Oh, give it back.
My life's work.
What the fuck?
No, that's like Ringo. The Beatles' masters are in the wrong hands, and Ringo's going, my life's work.
It's actually nothing like that because music does live on forever and ever, whereas a radio show is kind of like in the moment. It's a lot more.
And Ringo's contribution as a drummer is undeniable. It's right there. What Opie's been trying to explain to us, as is very evident in that clip he posted of Hulk Hogan and Ant, is that Opie's presence is everywhere. He's just not being acknowledged. Like, he makes these things happen, even by his absence, and we just don't acknowledge it.
Well, we also find out in a very Stuttering John-esque fashion how smart Opie was in school and how good he was in school. Anything else to set this one up, Adam?
Perfect.
Okay.
I was taking advanced classes my whole my whole like junior high. I think it started in like grammar school. I don't know. And I would get perfect scores, and then the teachers would get mad at me because I would screw up one little thing. And you know those really involved algebra problems where it almost takes up the whole fucking board. I was on that level. I was on that level, and then you mess up one.
Oh my God, you're fucking Matt Damon.
And I mess up one bracket, so I would get a 99 or something, and the teacher would get mad at me. Yeah, for real. But
Oh my God, you're Goodwill Hunting.
All right, so I've known some math teachers in my life. I've taken math classes. Teachers will get mad at you for getting a 99. What the fuck? Heberger! 99?
Well, what did they do to Ron when Ron had 700 and 400 and gets 1,300? What did they do to him?
Oh gosh, we're gonna get into Ron's issues in just a minute. But I love that in Opie's mind, because again, this doesn't actually happen. No. This isn't what happens in school. That you solve a problem that takes up the entire board. It's a movie thing,
and you don't get a 99 on it.
Yeah.
Right. Show your work. Your work was 99% there.
It's a movie that the teachers have the time to deal with the 1% of wasted potential on this super smart student.
Yeah.
Like, so they're not just trying to get the class together and teach.
Yeah. Everybody watch Opie solve the problem. What's that, Mike?
Don't you feel like we would have known this about Opie, his math genius? Like, of all the things he's talked about over the years, over and over and over, if he was really this whiz kid in math, why are we just hearing about it now?
It's funny you say that, because Opie would talk about this all the time. He'd be like, I learned all of this math and I never needed to use it. I don't know why they teach all of this math that you never need. And I went, well, you're a disc jockey, and there's engineers and there's computer programmers, and there's a lot of people who use math in order to do their job. That's why they teach it, so that you could potentially go into those fields. And Opie could never connect the dots on that. He's just like, why are they even teaching me math? I'm going to be shoving wiffle ball bats in girls' vaginas. I don't need math for that. Well, I guess measuring, that's kind of a math thing. But other than that.
You know, though, math will come up on a show. I know Howard has made jokes over the years about not being able to do math, and we've had math come up a lot. Bentley and I will compete to see who can come up with a number faster. If it's, 7 times 312. Didn't stuff like that ever come up on the show?
Not that I remember.
Right. Oh, not like you, Drew. You're a fucking whiz, asshole.
Drew is kind of an asshole with that.
Bentley's really good, too. But, I mean, that's what I mean. Stuff like that usually comes up. I mean, where somebody will, have to be a show-off like me and tell you what the percentage is.
No. You Opie, who we're going to find out, was just like the celebrity in college, like just slacking off, didn't really care about the academics of it. And then you had Anthony, blue-collar tin knocker guy. So no, they weren't trying to impress each other with their math knowledge very often on that show.
Impress people. Impress people. I was just trying to answer the question.
Fair enough.
Help move the show along. Jeez.
I think it falls to what you were saying earlier, Drew. And John does the same thing, where they're just their past is so romanticized. They're this giant hero in every memory, and when confronted with just the slightest bit of resistance, like he gets here from Ron, they don't know what to do.
A 700 SAT, I think, shows itself somewhere.
All right.
Yeah, that's really high.
Well, it's very high. We would know.
So, Opie goes on to talk about how good he was at math.
In a big-time advanced math class, I couldn't even tell you what the class was anymore. It's so many years ago. I barely passed. So I went from this high expectations with all the math teachers to barely passing my senior year math class.
Well, sounds like you didn't put the work in.
Brilliant observation. Well said by Ron the waiter.
And I'm no mathematician or math guy.
You're not.
I don't think it was called advanced math.
Big time advanced math.
Advanced math.
Or calculus, or what specific kind of math it was. You wouldn't just say music. You'd say it was music theory, it was jazz, it was choir, not a big music class.
Yeah. Advanced math.
I remember names of classes from college. Absolutely. I remember taking bowling.
Well, you're the smart guy. Of course you remember.
I took bowling too.
Volleyball.
Now that I think about it, I took bowling also. That was
I got a couple
class.
credits. It was an elective.
Yeah.
Counts.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you guys want to guess what Ron got on his SATs before we find out? Because he's going to tell us really quick.
All right. Well,
I already heard.
Yeah, I think everyone knows. Listen, this is out of 1600. So the SAT scores have varied over the years. I think they went back to 1600 again, but this is what we're talking about here.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
So I was never diagnosed with dyslexia. Do you know what my total score? By the way, before I say this, I ended up graduating magna cum laude from Northeastern University. Do you know what my SAT score was? Total math and English total.
Well, you said something in there, so it has to be very low.
It is low.
I would say 800 total.
It was 730.
730.
Yeah, I got 730 on my SATs.
And you're
it's like you have issues. Like, I don't want to say the R word, but I got 730 on my SATs, but I graduated magna cum laude from Northeastern.
Doesn't say much for Northeastern.
No. Jeez. Yeah. Don't throw us under the bus.
Would you be bragging about us or talking about a 730? That's you get 400 for just filling out your name, don't you?
Yeah. I was actually not surprised at all that Ron the waiter is that dumb. I was like, yeah, sounds about right. I've never met anyone who did that poorly on the SATs. I can't imagine what you'd have to do. I've talked to guys who got real drunk the night before, were hungover, and they're like, yeah, so I only got a 980 or something like that. Could barely keep my eyes open.
I wonder if that's how the doctors broke it to him. If they were like, it's like you have impairment. It's like you have a retardation. It is. It is. You have it. That's what's happening.
How do you feel about being a waiter?
Well into your 60s. What do you think about that? All right, so Opie goes on to brag about his collegiate career, and he went to Geneseo, a college I visited many times. I had some good friends who went there.
Oh, your bowling team took them on?
Oh, no, I wasn't part of the bowling team per se. But I went to some frat parties. We went out to some local places down there. But I didn't realize that I could have potentially been around greatness.
Were you a DJ on campus?
Oh yeah, I was actually. I actually was I was a local celebrity at Geneseo way before my radio career. Local.
Okay, we have to talk about this. College DJs.
No one is a local celebrity in college radio. Period.
Thank you.
Absolutely not.
Because you're just begging people to listen to your show. What is it? It's Sundays at 4. Oh yeah. We'll definitely tune into that. Can't wait.
Yeah, it comes in Lee Hall. It has a hard time coming into some of the other halls. Burris, it doesn't come in so well.
Yeah. You got to go to your friend's place to listen to it. But it's Sunday at 4. Go check that out.
There's not a lot of talking on college radio either. It's usually a lot of music.
A lot of music.
Right. And also, who would even know who the DJ is?
Right.
This is before the internet. He's not walking down the halls. People are just like, oh my gosh, that's Greg from the radio. You'd have no idea.
I lived with a couple college DJs at Michigan State, and no one gave a shit.
No.
At all.
We didn't have 8x10s. I don't remember that.
right. You weren't signing.
Not a lot of remote broadcasting back then, Drew.
No.
We're doing a remote from my math class, if you guys want to swing by.
Why is Opie doing this? Why is he doing this? Why does everything have to be so great? What is it about? I'm seriously asking. I feel like he's big-timing Ron the waiter. It's established.
Almost like a cry for help on some level.
Yeah.
Like, I was really smart, and I was really popular and almost famous before you even knew I was famous.
I think there you have it. I was something without Anthony.
Yes. There it is.
Yeah.
But he's also going through some type of existential crisis. And we've been watching this for a while, where he's like, yeah, man, I could have been still famous like all the other people, but I'm a recluse and you can't control me and I do things differently. I think he's trying to justify in his head how he's squandered his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, he destroys everything he said, which he doesn't. He can't really come up with anything significant on his own. He doesn't he didn't destroy anything. It's just not very good. Right?
Yeah, he's painting
100%.
it so that any failure he ever had was a choice. He chose not to win that math competition. He chose not to follow through on these things. Nothing ever happens to him, and I guess, that
I
justifies
chose for
the
Content Hotel to suck. That was my idea.
Well, that's better than acknowledging the truth or the reality, which is Anthony carried him for 15, 20 years on that show. Anybody that listened knows that, and it's hard to come to terms with that.
He has not yet. He's still...
No. And he won't.
He talks at some point later on about the buzzing in his head, and I'm constantly reminded of it when I hear him talking now.
All right, so we're going to talk about Ron's trying to school Opie on some knowledge that he has. We're talking about wetlands. Really interesting topic for Opie Radio.
They're all wetlands.
Okay.
What's the difference?
I would say the level of water.
Okay. So a fen.
Hey, Ron, did you think to yourself, you know what? This live stream is going so well. Let me fuck it up.
I think this is interesting. You don't think that's interesting? The difference between a swamp and a marsh?
A swamp and a marsh. All right, sure. Let's go.
So a swamp.
Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, what do you think the difference is between a swamp and a marsh?
And before you start citing with Opie and go, yeah, Ron, that's a real shitty random topic. Like, Opie has no show. He has nothing in like 4 hours to kill. So he's just opening the phone book and reading whatever he can. And Opie is so fucking fickle that he's like, I'm going to shit on you because you're a whackpacker. Also, I have no idea. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and answer that question. Open up the phone line.
Yeah, you're right. He very quickly just like, you're ruining my show, which there's easier ways to transition away from a bad conversation. Why are you ruining my show? This sucks. He's like, do you not want the answer? He's like, I kind of do, actually.
I got no other idea. So yeah, we're going to have to.
Well, even earlier, he talked about E-Rock and almost dying on the air doing the cinnamon challenge.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you don't have the video to show people? And it took me, I don't know, 8 seconds on Google to find it and go, oh, that's what he's talking about. Like, there's some content if you're going to go down that road.
Opie's still thinking about showing us the Gary Busey clips. He's still thinking about it.
Yes. He might if he can find it.
In the E-Rock story, there's so much hate he's enmeshed in. It's really hard for him to a compliment because he said he was a good soldier or whatever, and then he's like, yeah, we don't even talk. But I mean,
well, he's got his life's work, Drew.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. I forgot about that. Don't give him too much of a compliment.
No getting over that.
Well, I appreciate that the chat comes in and they know what's up. They can see what's happening here.
What else is going on?
Oh my God! If you're saying that, then I'm going to end this.
No. I find this very interesting.
Opie is so mean to this dude.
I know.
No, Ron, don't agree with these idiots.
No, you're incredibly abusive.
I love this Ron Berman. He knows it. And the people know. The people that watch these things on a regular basis, they feel the love coming from me as I yell at you. Right, Ron?
Is Opie gaslighting me? I don't feel any love at all. I think that Opie is always big-timing Ron, relying on him for content. Hey, what else is going on? I didn't bring anything, you have to. And then just shits all over him every chance he gets. And wait until the reveal on the mattress. There's more to come on this front.
Oh, there's an update on the mattress?
Oh, yeah.
On Ron's mattress? Oh, excellent.
Wait, can you guys enlighten me? I'm not sure what's going on.
Have you seen Ron's mattress?
No.
Oh, it's... homeless people have nicer mattresses.
Yes.
Oh.
It's brutal.
And since we saw it on the air, Opie has been promising for months to get him a new one to the point where he just won't do it. And a fan of WATP sent a brand new mattress for Ron to Gephardt's, the bar they hang out in. And as far as we know, it's just been sitting there waiting to be delivered.
Wasn't he talking about crowdfunding to get a mattress?
No, we were. Opie was talking about finding a used mattress around the house somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah. He actually had a conversation, him and his wife, about donating some pillows, and then they decided against it.
Which I'm familiar with, like used cars. I don't think that there's a secondary market for mattresses.
Can I ask, what was the occasion where he showed us his horrible mattress?
It was in the background, wasn't it?
Opie has no material. He's got nothing to talk about, and he's in his house right there. His mattress, Ron, is right below him. At some point, the camera falls down, and he shows it. You know, you see, he's like, what do you want, Opie? You want money? You want my book? Take anything you want. Chop my balls off. I don't care. He's just, like, happy to help.
And, Drew, the mattress, it was so awful to look at because he has no sheets on it. He sleeps on just a bare mattress. And there's stains everywhere, and it's lumpy. God. And when he complains about not ever sleeping with girls, you're like, yeah, you're not really setting yourself up for success here, sir. No. Just point that out.
Well, here's a spot where there's no stains.
I cleaned this out with my spit this morning.
What? Oh my God, that's terrible.
So anyway, getting back to that clip, the chat's just like, you're such a dick to Ron. And Opie's just like, anyone who watches this knows that we are really good pals. And I watch a lot of this stuff. And I can tell you that Opie has no respect for Ron. And Ron is trying desperately to earn his respect. And it's never going to happen.
Yeah, if Opie's not gaslighting you, he's trying to gaslight Ron.
Yes. Right. He's trying to convince someone that they have a real relationship. They do not.
I know I read too much into this stuff, and my gift is to just suck the fun right out of it. That's my wheelhouse. However, there's something real fucking disturbing about when Opie reads, the chat says I'm mean to you. And Ron goes, you are. And Opie goes, no, I'm not. Don't say that. Tell him I'm not. That's disturbing shit. That's like when CSPS show up to the house and they're like, are you getting fed? Is your father nice to you? And the father's like, tell him how nice I am. Show him how nice I am.
Well, he did score a 730, so if you want to manipulate him like he's a child, he could probably get away with that.
Yeah.
Can I put two things together here?
Yes.
The mattress, without, of course, with the stains. Wasn't he kind of suggesting that he can't control his urine stream terribly well today?
You're not wrong.
Oh.
So would that maybe one of the reasons the mattress is?
Do you think he's peeing the bed?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or leaking.
Yeah, it would add up. Yeah.
I thought I remembered that from the stream today. He said something about he couldn't hold it.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely did.
It just gets worse and worse the more we learn.
Ron's a real prize.
They are pretty good friends, though. He spends time out at the lake house, right?
Oh, no. Actually, he wants to get an invite, Mike. And Opie refuses to invite him out to his house in the Hamptons.
Weird.
In Opie's defense, though, he would definitely be looked at as a suspect if he was walking around the Hamptons. There would be police called. There would be a problem.
We didn't know he was with you, Hero. Carry on.
He was begging for a compliment about his haircut, too. His hair is not exactly his strong suit.
What is his strong suit?
Good question.
Perfect answer.
Hey, waiting on tables.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right.
I like the way he says Dick Clack. Dick, it's like Dick
Mash.
Dick CLOCK.
Mash.
Dick Clack.
Getting back to the waiting tables thing, maybe he's okay at it. But when he was playing with that sore on his bare foot in the bar, I'd be like, can I get a different server? Is that like, I don't know, even that ugly chick, even that fat ugly chick over there would probably be better.
It's okay, I'm on break.
Perfect. All right, so there's an insight that Ron has here. Adam, do you want to set up clip 12?
Let's just hear it.
Okay.
I got the music in me. If that doesn't put you in a good mood, obviously I'm in a good mood today because I was listening to the New Radicals right before I turned this on.
I feel like you're in a good mood because you're by yourself on the beach, away from all the noise of the family. That's what I think.
No, it's not the family, Ron. It's that fucking city.
I think Opie just confessed that the family's never there.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about the family anymore, Ron.
Yeah,
Don't worry
about the family making noise in quite some time.
There's this undertone
Ron.
of dummy, there is no family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were banging on the coffin for a while, but that stopped after a little bit.
I got a soundproof trunk. Nothing to worry about there.
He has to know people talk about that, right? Like, his missing family.
Ron
what
does.
Do you think he'd? Yeah,
Ron, and he's picking on him right here.
Yeah.
You think so?
I do.
You think
that's ever since he got a free mattress from WATP, he watches, and I would too, because it's confirming what he suspects, that this guy's really, really cruel to him, and that he deserves better. And we're here to tell him, yes, in case you're wondering, it's true. He's a monster to you.
But also, Mike, Opie knows that we talk about this too because the chat tells him.
Oh, yeah.
That they're concerned about his family. Just like, we decided a long time ago my wife's not going to be on the stream.
Don't you think you'd have her walk by in the background and wave hi? Like, oh, you're doing your show again.
Or hire somebody to do that.
Put on a baseball hat, wave in the background. This is creepy at this point.
He can't even come up with a recent relevant story. Like, he talks about seeing movies with them, and it's movies from a decade ago. He doesn't know what day they go to school. He doesn't mention an interest they have. Like, pop things come up, and he's not like, oh, my kid loves Olivia Rodrigo. Like, he's just out of touch and out of their lives.
Drew and I went to a baseball game a week ago. I'll go back on my show. I'll have 3 stories of conversations we had. Like, in one outing. Like, it just seems weird. You're right. You're so right. There's no relevant stories about, the kids did this or the wife did that.
The HVAC guy, Gary, there was like 82 stories this summer about
He's
Gary,
a part
the
of our
HVAC
lives.
guy.
Like, we spend time with him.
Right. How is that possible? Not one with the wife or the kids?
Nothing. Wiffle ball on the beach, throwing the ball,
Right.
nothing.
Does it have to be wiffle?
Even the hero story.
Yeah.
Even the hero story where Opie saved his neighbor's kids' lives.
Yeah.
Like, his kids were out and then they were immediately gone from the story. Yep, so they were out there and then they went inside. They didn't see any of this. And then I went and saved these kids. Just like, really? There were no witnesses from your family for this? Okay.
Yeah, we heard more about the liquor bottle he got
Yes, we did.
than his kids.
All right. Well, they start talking about Ryan Seacrest at this point. And Adam, anything we should set up on this one?
No, just like Eric's saying, it'll be fun to hear his thoughts on radio people.
He started off like you in radio. He still does a radio. He has a radio show in the morning.
He's from that side of the business where we all hate.
He started off in radio.
Where it's safe. He gets all the big celebrities, but he's getting nothing done. It's nothing edgy. It's nothing where people are going, oh, my God, did you hear Ryan Seacrest this morning? It drives me nuts how...
Opie, hold on.
That's a lot there.
All right. So, Opie, Ryan's trying to explain Ryan Seacrest is just like you. He started his career in radio. And Opie's going, yeah, but he's a lot more successful, so I have to make an excuse for why I didn't get there.
I think Ron knows, too. I think at this point, Ron knows what, triggers him, and he's playing into it. Let's start with, what does Opie mean by we? He goes, we don't like guys like that. Who is the we he's referencing? Is it people that no longer speak to him, that he hasn't had a job with for years and years, that he's still stuck in this delusion that he's still there? What is this we? And when he talks about, content that's edgy, what does he think he's doing? What does he think this show is?
Yeah, there's a... Remind me, when we talk about him going back to Sirius, there's a thing that Ron says about censorship. Because Opie censors his own show. You can't swear on his show. Ron will bring up something about sex. So like, whoa. So there's nothing edgy going on.
What does Ron bring up about sex?
He's watching a porn.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Do you think is he trying to put something out there like, hey, I can still be the clean guy on radio. I'm hireable.
Yes.
Is that what the goal is?
Yeah, and Mike, even just recently, he started wearing nicer clothes. Because he was dressing like shit. He is again today, but whatever. But he started wearing nicer clothes. And he even said something about like the powers that be, or someone was telling him to clean up his act. I don't know if it's a manager, an agent, a dead wife. I don't know who it was. Someone was telling him to dress nicer.
Opie, on that show, though, isn't Opie the guy that moved things along, that got him into commercials, that dealt with management?
Early on in the career of that show.
No, but he claimed to always be steering the ship throughout the...
But for his contributions...
Or derailing it.
He's more like the Ryan Seacrest of rock radio because he doesn't really do the hard stuff. The heavy lifting is Anthony and Jim.
Right. Yeah. When he goes, he's not edgy enough. It's because Jim Norton was at the third mic.
Exactly.
Right.
And say what you will about Ryan Seacrest, he knew his place and what he was good at and stayed in his fucking lane.
But he's broke just like Opie, right? Ryan
no, quite the opposite.
Oh, really? Okay, so he has a lot of money.
Wildly successful, lives life on his own terms, doesn't ever see Ron the waiter, ever. I don't think they've ever met.
Can you imagine if Ryan Seacrest had loser friends? I gotta go down to the pub and hang out with fucking Ron the waiter. Would never happen.
I think Ryan could have a Jamaican nanny if he wanted one.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so Ron has a great question for Opie regarding Ryan Seacrest.
Why didn't that happen to you? Why didn't you translate to television?
Because I like to blow everything up, Ron. When are you going to figure it out?
Okay, so that's one of those rare occurrences where Opie is actually self-aware and doesn't blame everyone else. Now, again, it's an excuse.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I decided not to have...
It was a choice,
a career.
A choice.
But at least he didn't say... management, Jim Norton, Sam Roberts, Anthony Cumia.
Powers that be.
Yeah, like all the different things that he always says that ruined his career.
But when did he blow everything up other than taking a picture of somebody in the bathroom stall? Isn't that the only time he blew everything up?
Probably the homeless cake. He almost blew things up then.
Yeah, but his radio career is still going strong at that point. We were talking about this with E-Rock on WATP yesterday, where he blew up his career when he decided to take the summer off right before contract negotiations and lost the morning show. He was just being a douche and not negotiating with Sirius and not being around. And so they're like, all right, I guess we'll give it to Jim and Sam, and they'll have the morning show. Opie, come in at 3. We'll see you then, man.
But trying to wield power like without Anthony at that point, wasn't that what he was doing there? It was like, you don't have Anthony anymore. You don't have negotiating power.
Yeah. I was going to say, if he was still doing a great show like he was, he could have taken the summer off and he would have kept the morning show.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so Opie actually ran into Ryan Seacrest at a Starbucks.
He's going to give him a piece of his mind because he hates this guy.
Right.
And if he could ever just run into him.
You did it the wrong way, asshole. You're too safe.
He's going to show him.
Yeah, he's going to let him know.
All this is festering for a long time. I really want to say something really not nice to Ryan because it drives me nuts because we're in the same business and I'm like hustling every day. And this guy is handed multi-million contracts one after the other. And then you look and go, what does he actually do for this money? But anyway. So
not sabotage himself.
so I walk up to Ryan Seacrest, right? Here's my moment, you know? This is the shit that I probably should admit because I want to cause a scene with Ryan Seacrest. He sees me coming, right? He goes, Opie! He knows exactly who I am.
Oh, he stoked the ego. Oh my God, he knows who I am. Oh my God.
And next thing you know, I'm like, hey, Ryan, and we have a nice, lovely conversation.
Oh my God, your best friend.
We take a picture.
Oh my God. He recognized you and it all went away.
I like that.
You were like, I love him. He knows who I am.
Like that.
See, it's so easy to charm Opie. It's just like Stuttering John. Like the way that Vince the lawyer just charms him. Goes, oh, John, what you did yesterday was so funny. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Like, you just manipulate Opie just by being like, dude, huge fan. You're great. He's going to lay into Ryan Seacrest.
Ron sees through this and points it out to him, and Opie's kind of realizing this in real time right there.
And he says it was festering.
Yeah.
Like it was festering in him, this hatred, and here's my moment. And all it took was, hey, Ope. Disarmed him completely.
I hope I'm not offending either of you two, but I think that Ryan Seacrest has had a better career in radio than either you, Drew, or Mike. Do you guys like hate this guy and want to punch him in the face when you run into him?
No, I
of course not.
A little bit.
Of course not. It's so weird.
I understand why Opie resents him because he's just non-controversial. You could never go, wow, that Ryan Seacrest bit last night on AI was fantastic. He's not that guy.
Right.
Yeah. He does a different thing. He wears the right clothes. He has the right hairstyle. He has the look, and he's very smooth.
I basically could kiss her.
He knew
did I say
his
that?
audience was. It wasn't our audience. There wasn't even a competition.
We would never compete with him.
It's like he was going for a certain market, and he did well with it. Good for him.
I'm not going to say I respect him that much. I don't think it takes tons of creativity to do what he does, but he's picked a great path. He's done really well.
Yeah.
How can you be mad at him?
Exactly.
And he's apparently a super, super hard worker. Tooch worked with Ryan for years and was his like personal sales guy at one point and said he's one of the hardest working guys in all of LA.
I've met a few celebrities that are wildly successful. I'm sure Adam has too. They all have the same trait. They're super hard workers.
Yeah.
That seems to be the common thing with all these people.
Ryan was one of those guys that wanted to stay away from anything that could be perceived as nefarious or like Ryan was the guy to leave early from the bar. Or
his gay impulses.
His gay impulses, sure.
He was like, Epstein Island, not for the full weekend. Maybe for a night. Good move.
Yeah. I'll pop by, but that's
it. Smart.
Didn't he work so hard that his eye popped out? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Seacrest?
Yeah, he had like a stroke and his eye like popped
Could that
out.
happen from a stroke? Your eye pops out?
Something on camera that they attributed to he worked so hard that he had been up for so long. Yeah, you should see it. It's very disturbing.
He looked really weird for a couple days.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Something was off.
Wow.
It shows you how thin-skinned Opie is, because just what you described, like Opie and Anthony's career was based on creating morning radio where you didn't know what would happen next. Ryan's brand is nothing unexpected will happen. This will be the safest thing every corporate sponsor can bet on. And still, he's threatened by this guy and completely humbled and won over by him knowing his name.
Yes.
All right.
right.
And Opie thinks he's in a war that he's not even in.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
You know, Ryan has no idea that he's in some battle with Opie.
All right, so Opie tells a story about Howard Stern, and he's talked about this before, but with Brother Weeze being forced into retirement, it seems recently. This is kind of a relevant story that comes up.
No, listen to me. So, I mean, it's not really a rumor, but I'll say the rumor is Howard Stern, after a lot of therapy, decided to make amends with some of these radio guys that he went after. And he called Brother Weeze. And he apologized. To Howard's credit, he apologized to Weeze, and they had an awesome conversation that lasted about an hour. Weeze told me that Howard said, man, I would love to take you to dinner if you're ever in New York. That never happened, but, I believe Howard meant it. And Weeze knows that I put myself in a really shitty spot by going after Howard because of Weeze's daughter. Weeze always knew that put me in a weird spot. So at the end of the conversation, Weeze goes to Howard, what about my boy Opie? And Howard goes, I swear to God, this is the exact quote from Brother Weeze. It's been told over the years. Howard said to Brother Weeze, I'm not ready for Opie.
What does that mean?
Why should he have anything to do with that story? Howard made fun of something was wrong with his daughter, right? And Howard made fun of her or something like that?
So Weeze has a special needs daughter, and when Howard came into the market in 1995, he went hard in the paint about Weeze's daughter. And Rochester is one of the markets like Detroit where Howard never cracked the number one spot. Weeze remained in the number one spot. And I think that was part of it. There was very sympathetic towards Weeze's plight, and the fact that Howard did that was shitty. A lot of people perceive that as really shitty. And so Howard is now making amends with these DJs and what he would do. So he calls up Weeze and goes, dude, that was fucked up. I can't believe that was my approach to trying to take over Rochester, And so Opie, at this, not the same time, but years later, was really ragging on Howard's kids. They were playing audio from a play that Howard's daughter was in, where she was naked in it, and there was a lot of really personal shit. So here's what Opie is not explaining here, is that Howard feels bad about what he did to Weeze. Opie should feel bad about what he did to Howard. And Opie's going, why am I not going to get an apology? What?
I would be embarrassed to even be mentioned in that story. I mean, what does he have to do? A special needs daughter and Opie? Come on. Did Weeze really do that? I don't even believe he said that. That's so stupid.
I believe it. Weeze and Opie are very tight. They're very tight.
I think they're tight enough that that Weeze could say, you ever going to call Opie?
Yep.
And Howard just laughed and walked out the door. And Weeze is like, I can't tell Opie that. I got to come up with something. He's not ready yet. You mean so much to him. It's going to take him some time.
Right.
I sure as hell wouldn't repeat the story if I was Opie.
Well, it sounds like he's repeated it numerous times.
Yeah, I've heard that story. I've heard that story a bunch. So Ron hears that and he goes, well, maybe you can make amends with Howard. And he's got a wild idea what could happen.
Give me the odds. What are the odds that maybe you reach out to Howard, something happens, and hey, if you reached out to Howard and said, hey man, let's clear the air, would there be a chance you could go back to Siriusxm?
Oh, I don't.
Would you want to go back to Siriusxm?
I mean,
why not?
It would be great. It would be great, but the reality is, dude, I don't have the pull I used to have, so the amount of money they would offer me would be insanely ridiculous.
Wow.
And that's it. So, I'm in a different spot. So it's I think that ship has sailed.
I know, but if they didn't offer you that much money, what else are you doing? Just take the gig. And then from there you can get that platform going. Then we don't have to be censored.
No, I don't. No.
How funny is that? Ron goes, then we don't have to be censored. So there's a lot of conversations about what he can and cannot talk about. Mm-hmm. And it's because, like we were talking about earlier, obviously Opie's trying to impress the FM brass to get back on morning radio, on terrestrial radio. And so Ron's going, we should get a job on Sirius, and then I can like tell the stories that I want to tell, and we can have some fun with this. But it's crazy. Opie's response to, if somehow you and Howard became friends, he could get you a job back on Sirius. This isn't the Bubba the Love Sponge days. Howard's not looking to fill a slot on Howard 101. There is no job that Howard's going to bring in another DJ for. And Opie's response should have been that. But instead he goes, I don't think they'd offer me enough money.
Yeah. He doesn't have the show to justify any reasonable salary. And I think Ron, in that instance, thinks, hey, we're a team, man. Get us on Sirius. We're going to kick ass.
I was just going to say, do you think there's any chance if that miracle were to happen and they were to offer Opie a gig, he'd bring Ron the waiter with him?
He won't invite him to the beach house. He won't invite him to the Hamptons. He's not going to visit him at work. I love this dynamic between them two because at this point now, Ron has been lonely and broke and dreaming for so long that he gets to look at Opie like, you don't even know how to fantasize right. In your dream of getting Siriusxm back, your fantasy is that you pass on it because they're not offering you enough. He's like, come on, put yourself in the seat. We could do a show. Just, this is how you do it. And he won't let it happen. It's so sad.
Ron's dreaming of the days of being able to afford a new mattress by himself.
A new sandwich, yeah.
Or sheets.
Or sheets.
Sheets to go on the mattress.
Get sheets. Imagine the thread count I could get on some new sheets.
200 easily. So Ron, and I think Adam's the one who pointed this out, Ron promotes himself when he's doing comedy shows as Ron from the Opie and Ron show. And so in Ron's mind, Opie talks to Howard. Howard says, we got to get you back on Sirius. The stock price is going to go through the roof. And Opie says, all right, Ron, it's you and me. Let's go. Fuck Matt from Gebhard's. You're my co-host on here. By the way, Opie's never called it the Opie and Ron show. Only Ron does that.
Right.
Does Opie know it's called the Opie and Ron show by Ron?
He does not. No. I mean, who knows? He's probably not even following him on Instagram, as far as I know.
Yeah, no, that's certainly not.
All right, so we're an hour and 9 minutes into the show, and Opie explains he's got to go. He's a busy guy with a lot going on.
First of all, it's not a possibility. I'm not going to sit here and make believe it's a possibility. All right, Ron, I got to go.
All right, Opie.
I got to get a car into a dealership to get the tires rotated and the oil changed.
All right.
Well, Grandpa, you do have a big day.
Fascinating.
Ron has no follow-up questions.
Well, he knows what that means. Opie uses that line, okay, Ron, I gotta go, as his way of saying, I don't like what you just did. I don't like how that made me feel, and I'm done. Because Ron pivots, and they stay on for another 45 minutes.
Yes, that's the amazing part about this, is that's not even close to the end of it. But wow, that's a brilliant analysis on your part. He brings up Howard Stern and getting back to Sirius, and Opie's very uncomfortable with all of this conversation. All right, Ron, that's enough. That's enough of that.
Now, he's got to go. He's got busy plans, but Ron suggesting they compare thumbs in this next clip lasts for about a half hour. Suddenly he's got nowhere to go.
Look at you. You got a Schwarzer thumb. Look at me.
I got a crappy thumb.
You got a crappy thumb? All right, Opie.
I do. I have to.
We're talking about crappy thumbs.
I have to grow my nail on my thumbs to make it look like I have a thumb. Yeah, yours is big too. I got that exact thumb.
Look at that.
All right, Ron.
By the way, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. All right, Ron.
That's what it looked like when the pee-pee was coming out.
All right, Ron. All right.
All right, Opie. Hey, are you doing a get pods?
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that, actually.
Oh. So that's where Opie cuts off the stream. Are you doing a Gebhard's? And then this is Opie's fun way of being like, yeah, about that, you know.
Hilarious.
The thumbs thing was cool, but not Gebhard's.
Well, was cool. So it doesn't seem like an important ending, but our buddy Adam Bush is a sleuth. Adam, what did you find?
Well, I listened live, and I remembered there being one more sentence that Ron said before it was cut out. But I looked at, because since Opie posts like 3 different versions of the same video on his different channels, I checked all of them, and they all ended there, except the audio one, which had this extra line that I'd like to play for you right now.
All right, Ron. All
right, Opie. Hey, are you doing a Get Pots?
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that, actually.
About the mattress?
Whoa! He cut out his buddy Ron going, yeah, what's up with the mattress that someone delivered to Gebhardt's and it needs to get over to my apartment? And Opie does not want to talk about this mattress. It makes him feel like a real shithead.
Maybe Opie needs a mattress.
That's my mattress, motherfucker.
Oh, that's funny.
Could you imagine he steals the mattress from Ron?
I mean, I don't blame Opie. I mean, God, to think this person who's calling you the Opie and Ron show has a mattress that looks... I'm dying to see this mattress.
I got to send you a photo. I can't believe you missed this. Drew, you're going to love this.
What could be more horrible than that?
Sleeping in filth?
It's as bad as any
There's nothing worse
mattress
than
you've
sleeping
seen,
in filth.
Seriously.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
What makes it particularly gross is when your friend, supposedly, and co-host and boss wants you to live like that.
Yes.
And has the power and the ability to
Or is okay with you living like that.
Yeah.
It's more than okay. It's
he wants it.
Yeah.
So why does Opie cut that off? Does he then have to reference who are these podcasts providing a mattress?
I don't think it's about us.
No, he really did make a big show. It was one of those things, I'm going to get you a mattress, Ron. And he would bring it up. But after 4 or 5 months of this, we stepped in. I started by reaching out to Ron and offering him one. And he was very gracious. And
I bet.
He was, but he wouldn't give me his address, which I kind of understood. Don't give me your address. So when I announced that, one of our listeners just sent it to the one address we had on them and even left a note saying, something like, I know Opie or you live near this address. Maybe Opie can give you a ride to move it from the bar to his house. And Opie won't talk about it. He's embarrassed. He feels like he's been usurped in like this good deed he was gonna do eventually. He just never got around to. He's the kind of guy who wants credit for things he thought of doing but didn't do.
He wanted to be the hero again. He liked how that made him feel.
And we got the best of him again because we want his friend to not sleep in filth.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.